I am 79 years old, and I live alone in a house I have known for 40 years. Last November, I changed one thing in my kitchen, one small, stupid thing, and it gave me back my mornings after almost a year of not having any. I had been getting up at 9:30, heavy as a sack of flour. I told myself that is what 79 looks like from the inside. I was wrong. The bulb over my kitchen table had burned out, and I never got around to it. For 11 months, I ate my breakfast in the gray, like a woman waiting for something. Tonight, I want to tell you about 10 things worth upgrading after 60. Not your house, not your money. 10 ordinary things you touch every single day. Your light, your shoes, your bed, the first hour of your morning, the people you call, the chair you sit in most, the word later, the names still in your phone, the evening news, and the yes you say out of habit. 10 things, all small, and every one of them still sitting inside your own hands. Stay with me tonight, because the last 2 changed my life more than the first 8 did. Let me tell you who is talking to you, so you know where any of this comes from. I married a man named Raymond when I was 20 and sure of everything. We raised 2 boys and a girl in this house on one paycheck and a big garden. I sewed for other people close to 30 years, wedding dresses and school trousers. Raymond died 11 years ago in the spring, before the tulips were up. And I stayed here in the same rooms with the same everything. That is the part I want you to hear tonight. The same everything. Same mattress, same brown shoes, same chair with the cushion worn flat. Same 3 numbers I called, and the same 9 numbers I never called again. I thought I was being careful with money. I was being careful with my life. There is a difference between saving and hiding, and it took me years to see it. Somewhere after 60, I quietly stopped upgrading anything at all, including myself. Who is it for, I would say? Nobody sees the inside of this house but me. That one sentence cost me more than every purchase I ever talked myself out of. Because a house gets old faster than a woman does, the rooms go tired first, and you sit there in the tired room and you decide the tiredness is you. It was not me. It was a dead bulb and a chair that fought me every time I stood. So let me start tonight where I started, with the light. The first thing to upgrade is the light you live in, every room of it. That bulb over my table stayed dead from one January clear through to the next. My neighbor Doreen came by with a pie and asked why I was sitting in the dark. I said the ladder is out in the shed. She went and got the ladder herself. 2 warm, bright bulbs, 9 minutes of her time, and my kitchen came back to me. Light does not only show you the room, it tells your body that it is morning. Old and dim are not the same word, though after a while they begin to feel like it. The second thing is your shoes. The pair sitting by your door right this minute. Mine were brown flats from the year Raymond retired, soft and slick as old paper. The backs had folded down flat, and I shuffled along in them from room to room. And a woman who shuffles slows down and then quietly stops going anywhere at all. My daughter took me to a shop, and a young man knelt down and measured my feet. My feet had changed. Of course they had. Everything else about me certainly did. By summer, I was walking around the block. Shoes decide how big your world gets to be. The third thing is your bed, and this is the one I put off the very longest. We bought that mattress the year our youngest boy started school. There was a valley down the middle of it where the two of us used to meet at night. After Raymond died, I slept on my old side and rolled into that valley till morning. I woke up sore, and I blamed my age for it every single day for years. When I finally bought a new one, I cried in the store. It felt like agreeing he was gone. Then I slept through until daylight for the first time in years, and he was still with me. The fourth thing to upgrade is your first hour, the one right after your eyes open. Mine used to go like this: wake, worry, reach for the phone, read something terrible. Then the television for company until 10, and I was tired before I had done a thing. Now that hour has 3 parts in it, and I do not let anything else come inside. Coffee at the table with the light on. 10 minutes at the open door, whatever the weather. And one small job finished. Make the bed, water the pots, write one line to somebody. A day you have already won by 8 in the morning is very hard to lose by supper. The fifth thing is the people you call. Look hard at who has been getting your voice. I called the same 3 numbers for years, and 2 of them were duty and nothing else. My sister-in-law talks for 40 minutes and has never once asked me a single question. I would hang up feeling like I had carried furniture up 2 flights of stairs. And Ellen, who makes me laugh until I have to sit down, went 4 years without a call. So now 2 calls a week are mine to choose, and they go before the calls I owe. Not cruel, just first. I have a certain number of afternoons left, and so do you. The sixth thing is the chair you sit in most. Go and look at that chair tonight. Mine was the green one by the window, and the cushion in it gave up years ago. I sat down into it like a stone into a pond and got up like a much older woman. 2 tries and a hand on the windowsill every time, and I called that getting old. A firm new cushion and 2 more inches of height changed my whole afternoon. How many times you rise out of a chair in a day is more or less how your life goes. That chair is not furniture. It is a decision you sit down inside of every day. The seventh thing to upgrade is a single word, and the word is later. I used later like a savings account, and it never once paid me back a penny. Later, I will write to my cousin Ruth out in Ohio. Ruth died in February. Later, I will drive out and see the ocean. It is 2 hours away, and I have not gone. Later is not a time. It is where we put things so we do not have to feel bad today. Now when I hear that word in my own mouth, I say a day and an hour out loud instead. Thursday at 2. That is the whole upgrade. Later cost me Ruth. Thursday cost nothing. The eighth thing is the names in your phone. Sit down some evening with the whole list. Mine still had a plumber who retired and an office that closed before Raymond got sick. It had 2 friends who are gone, and I have kept them, and I always will. Scrolling through it felt like walking room to room in a house nobody lives in. So with a cup of tea, I sorted it. People I want and people I had forgotten to want. Then I called one from the second pile. Marlene from my sewing years, still in town. She said, "I thought you were angry with me." 19 years and we were only being polite. The ninth thing is the evening news, and I want to say this one carefully. Raymond and I ate our supper to it at 6 o'clock for close to 50 years. After he died, I left it running for the voices, because voices fill up a kitchen. But it is not the news we grew up with. It is built to keep you leaning forward, afraid. I would carry all those sirens upstairs to bed and wonder why I could not settle. I did not give it up. I moved it. I watch at noon now, and it stays out in the daylight. The last hour of your day writes your night. Give that hour something kind to work with. The 10th thing to upgrade is the yes you say before you have even thought about it. I was raised to be useful, and a woman who said no was a woman being difficult. I baked for every funeral, minded every grandchild, hosted every holiday there was. I did it tired, and I did it resentful, and for 50 years I called that love. The Sunday I said I would like a quiet Christmas this year, my hands were shaking. My daughter said, "All right, Mama, we will come in January." Nothing fell down. Now I say, let me think on it until tomorrow. Half the time tomorrow says no for me. Now let me tell you how to actually do this, because a list this long can crush a person. Do not try to fix your whole life on a Saturday. You will quit by noon and feel worse. One thing a week, 10 weeks. That is the entire plan, and it is a gentle one. I wrote my 10 on the back of an envelope and stuck it to the refrigerator with a magnet. Crossing one off with a pen turned out to be a pleasure I had not felt in a long while. Doreen and I did it together, her house one week and my house the next. She has a hallway that has been dark since the day her husband passed. We did the hallway first, and she stood in it and said, "Look at all this space I own." Same hallway it always was. She had simply stopped being able to see it. Expect your family to be strange about all this. Mine certainly were, at first. My son stood in my bedroom and said, "Mama, why are you buying a mattress at your age?" I said, "Because I still sleep at my age, and I would like to do it properly." He laughed. Then he got quiet, and 2 weeks later he ordered new pillows for himself. There is a woman at my church named Charlotte, 72, sharp as a tack. She told me it is far too late for all that, and she said it like she was being wise. I asked her how many Tuesdays she thinks she has left in her. She did not answer me. Neither of us knows the number. That is the whole point of the thing. You do not upgrade because you have years. You upgrade because you have today. And most of this list costs nothing at all, which surprised me more than anything. Moving the news is free. Choosing who you call is free. Saying Thursday at 2 is free. If somebody has to spend, it is a bulb, a cushion, and one honest pair of shoes. My granddaughter asked me what took me so long, and she did not mean it unkindly. I told her the truth, which is that I was waiting to be worth the trouble, waiting for company that was coming, or a holiday, or some better version of me. The good tablecloth stayed folded for 11 years, waiting on a day like that. I use it on Tuesdays now, for soup, alone, and it has not fallen apart yet. If I could sit across the table from myself at 40, I would say one sentence: stop keeping the good things for a better day, because this is the day. It always was. And if you are the woman who does everything for everybody, hear me, sweetheart. The house you actually live in is allowed to be comfortable for the one living in it. Nobody hands out permission for that. So take mine tonight. I am giving it to you freely. Start with whichever of the 10 made your stomach drop while I was talking. Now let me tell you why any of this works. Because it is not about buying things. We stop seeing our own rooms. That is the whole secret, and it happens to every one of us. You walk past a dead bulb so many hundreds of times that it becomes part of the wall. The eye goes quiet on whatever does not change, and a life can go quiet the very same way. Then one morning you decide the heaviness must be your age, when it is your ceiling fixture. Getting older is real. I feel it in my knees whenever the rain comes in off the fields. But we hand old age the blame for 100 things it never once did to us. Bad light, a tired mattress, a chair that fights you, a telephone full of ghosts. Change what will move, and then you can see clearly what will not, and make peace there. Grief plays that same trick on a person. It freezes the house on the day everything stopped. For a long time, I believed that changing a room would be disloyal to Raymond, but he would have been first up that ladder. That man could not stand a dark kitchen. Keeping the house like a museum never once kept him here with me. It only kept me standing outside of my own life, looking in through the window. So let me tell you what my kitchen looks like on an ordinary morning now. The light goes on at 6:30, and the whole room comes up warm and yellow. My shoes are waiting by the door with the laces loose, ready to be stepped into. Coffee first, then the door open for 10 minutes, cold air on my face, a dog barking somewhere. Then the telephone rings, and it is Marlene. 19 years of silence, and now every Wednesday. That is not a new life. It is the same old life with the light finally turned on. So here is the one small thing to do tonight, and I only want one from you. Pick the item on that list that made your stomach drop, and do that one before you sleep. The bulb, the shoes, the name you have not called, the yes you keep handing away. If it cannot be done tonight, write the day and the hour where your eyes will land on it, not later. Later is the word you and I are finished with, starting this evening. You are not too old, it is not too late, and these rooms are still yours to arrange. 60 is not a door closing behind you. It is you finally being handed the keys. Thank you for sitting with me tonight. This hour is easier with company in the room. If any of this reached you, subscribe and stay close, and I will be here again next time. Next time, I want to tell you about the 6 things I stopped apologizing for after 70. Now go and turn on a light, my dear. Then rest. Your morning starts in the morning.